Can you homeschool if you work full-time? The answer is 100% yes. I do homeschool evaluations for the state of Florida, so every single week I'm sitting down with homeschooling families and they're telling me all about their homeschool. And one of the things that has changed drastically over just the last several months is that I'm getting more and more full-time working moms coming to these evaluations. Some of the moms that I meet with, they just do full online homeschool. So some options for that would be like Time for Learning, there's K-12, Me Academy is another one that we're actually using right now. There's tons of online homeschooling options. And these online options are nice because you're not even doing any of the teaching. It's not like they're just doing activities online. The teaching is actually being done online too. So your child is watching videos, they're learning from the teachers online, and then they're taking tests and doing assignments there. Now, if you're a full-time working parent outside of the home, obviously you can't just like leave your kid home alone unless they're old enough. But I have had a lot of moms tell me that they just bring their kid to work with them depending on your work situation, or looking into something like a homeschool pod or a micro school. This is like almost like a homeschool co-op, but it's specifically like you take your kid, you drop them off while you go to work. It's homeschooling parents doing the teaching, or if your kid's using an online curriculum, they're doing their online work while they're with this group. Another option that has actually become more popular from what I'm seeing on my end is weekend homeschooling. I know that might sound a little crazy, but like if you work Monday through Friday, for example, or like a couple moms, like they do Monday through Thursday and then they homeschool Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Because you have to remember that homeschooling does not take nearly as long as a typical public school day. You're able to knock everything out in like 3 hours, maybe even less. So if you're working during the week and you're not able to homeschool during those hours, then you just do it on the weekend. I've even had moms who they just do like night homeschooling, come home from work and then they work with their kids from like 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, or whatever schedule they decide. Again, because homeschooling doesn't take as long as your typical school day. So between those two options, doing a full online homeschool where you don't have to teach or do anything at all, or you do want to do the teaching, but you just finagle your schedule to where you make it work around your work schedule, either one of those options will work. The only downside is that if you live in a state that has really strict homeschool laws, like where you have to homeschool certain hours per day, certain days per week, there are some states that are like that. You just might have to get a little creative with your schedule, but the good news is most states are not strict like that. And the last thing that I'll say on this is that if you just go onto TikTok and you search working homeschool mom, you will find a plethora of accounts, creators that are on here who are doing just that, and they are really successful.